Welcome, dear students, to another grammar class of English. We will start direct and indirect speech, which is the revision in single sentences. And according to your syllabus, you will get 3 to 4 sentences or a dialogue of 3 to 4 dialogues, or even lengthier 5-6 dialogue. Short it is then 6 lines, or if it's longer then it will be 3 to 4 lines of dialogue or a sentence paragraph with 3 or 4 sentences. So here basically, unless you know this single sentences of direct indirect, you won't be able to proceed to that. So that is the next step after you get the revision done. Therefore, today in the direct indirect speech, we will just go very fast with the direct indirect single sentences that will be the fundamentals that you will have to get into before you are competent enough to start with the paragraph conversion. The direct indirect speech basics, if we see, if I give you the sentence, she said God is omnipresent. As you know, the universal truth is there. Then we have not to change tense. She said God is omnipresent. She said that God is, only that you have to connect to that, or you have to add, and thereafter God is omnipresent. You have to remove the this what you call it, the comma. Also the inverted comma is removed, but God is, the verb will remain same. It is God is omnipresent. Okay, so the sentence that is to be unquoted will not change the verb. The verb will remain is. That is the rule when the line or the sentence in direct conversion is given in the universal truth. That is a universal truth. God is omnipresent. God is present everywhere. There's God is present everywhere itself means that it is a universal truth, and therefore we cannot dispute it, cannot go against it, or cannot say it is wrong, and therefore accepted universally. And any experiment also, gravitational force pulls things down. That is also, if Einstein's word or Newton's word, or wherever scientific like a Pythagoras theorem you study, or certain words which are said universally accepted, experimentally proved, and that way those words we have to use in the indirect as the tense that is given. So here we can see the teacher said the First World War started in 1914. So this is a universal historical truth. The teacher said that the World War started in 1914. The same, only what we have to do, the basics in the fundamentals that you studied in the lower standards, wherein you did not write in the indirect the comma and also the inverted comma as explained in the first sentence. Okay, that two things you have to keep in mind. Now moving further, Ramu said, I saw a lion in the forest. Now this is a personal sentence, and a sentence said by Ramu. So what changes we'll make? Ramu said that, first the connective. He said he had. He had seen, saw, seen. But for making a sentence having seen, you have to add had seen, because to make it, had seen as a phrase to make the sentence into indirect. Ramu said that he had seen the lion into, so past tense into past perfect. So saw, had seen, that past perfect will here reflect in your indirect, and that will give you the required marks. Otherwise any error on the part of you, wherein you're not removed the inverted commas. Still basics are done in 9th and standard students. Still we have seen in the papers while checking that they don't follow the basic rule of removing the quotation marks. The main purpose of writing into indirect is the removing the quotation marks, and the writer is quoted, not quoted by us, but we are saying as a third person. So here we have to remove the quotation mark and the connective, that is to be done. The verb has to be checked properly. Appropriate change in the verb and pronoun, that is to be made. Okay, so those many things are basics that in 7th, 8th standard you do. Then 9th, 10th standard, when you change the sentences into indirect, at that time you don't follow the basics, or you forget, or with lack of practice you don't pay heed to this basic rules. So be careful in that. Sati said to me, I am very happy here. Now see, very important thing again here in this sentence will be said to me. The person who is spoken is also mentioned in this before quotation mark part. Then we have to write told me, as told is substituted for said. Okay, here see, in earlier sentence he said is there, Amu said to said written, but told to me is given to told me, not to me. Satish told me that he was very happy there. Got it? When to use told, be careful. He said to Sita, I have passed the test. Guess the answer. So here we see that he told Sita that he had passed the test. Okay, so here the explanation I have given accordingly, you change this sentences as the given format which I have already solved for you. Thereafter, in the practice exercise, I will give you further more type of sentences in the form of questions that you have to solve on your own. But being the first session of this revision, you will have to write this 11 sentence, okay, 11 sentence in your fair book, and keep it properly noted all these exercises, so that you can revise and keep yourself updated. So try to solve this in your rough book also, after you understood, and then copy in the fair book, so that you get proper understanding and revision for this direct indirect, which is only the fundamentals. We'll have to go through the sentences having the structure, wherein of 2-3 sentences, as I told you earlier, and these fundamentals, if it is clear, then you will be definitely in a position to solve those dialogues or the group of sentences that are given to you. Okay, so with this, the direct indirect fundamentals we complete over here. Understanding the revision work we will do as we go through the revision time. At the revision time, we will do further more exercises of this type. Till then, see you in the next period.